Hi, it's Ileana here. I wanted to talk today about wormholes and spaceship travel through wormholes to locations like Mars and other planets. There's always been Stargate Way technology, as was shown in Stargate SG-1 and Stargate Atlantis, where the technology has jump gateways, and it's a circular type of a dialing system where you walk you dial the sequence and it creates the wormhole in the jumpway device. You go through it and bam, in a minute or a few seconds you end up on another planet or even somewhere on Earth in a dialed coordinates. Like you set up numerical coordinates and also letters by sequence, because each dial to a certain location has its own sequence of numbers and letters and even energy frequency fields. How the wormhole is dialed in to something. It all has its own frequency and energy sources. So you could have a weaker signal or you could have a higher signal when you dial into some wormhole coordinate location and you walk through the wormhole. But there's also natural portals in nature where empaths and intuitives can actually sense where the portal is, the natural portal, and they have the psychic ability to open the portal and walk through it without any technology being involved. Now, this takes a lot of concentration and it does take a lot of mental acuity to do it and to sustain the portal, because once you open the natural portal, you have to sustain it while you walk through it to end up somewhere on the other side. And it takes a little bit longer to do that, to actually, you have to sustain the portal while you walk through it, and it feels like you're seeing electrical energy and sort of like water around you. Now that's just electrical fields around you. It's not actual water, but that's what it looks like when you're walking through it. And I've seen some of it. Sometimes the portal was purple, sometimes it was blue. When I was creating the portal, because in Monarch Solutions, what they had us do, they had us train our psychic abilities. They had us do entrainment and augmentation of our abilities to be able to be able to find these portals and open them on demand and walk through them. It would take like 5 to 10 minutes, you walking through the portal, to end up somewhere on the other side. Well, wormhole technology can easily take you to Mars through jump gateway portals, sort of like in Stargate SG-1, just as an example of portal technology and Stargate Way technology. So while being on this 20-year ride to Mars, obviously, as the children are growing up into adults, they're doing something. So that could be the 20 and back SSP program, or something else, or it's stasis while you're traveling out in space. It only takes about 30 minutes to get to Mars with hyperdrive jump ship technology. It doesn't take 20 years. So this could have been older technology that was being mentioned about traveling 20 years to Mars. That's just my speculation on it. I've had a lot of various ET contact experiences, abductions, and military and ICC SSP encounters. I did the 60 and back. Obviously, I'm not 60, I'm only 32 years old, but it involved a component of time traveling and manipulating time and space to do this through a quantum leap time traveling program. So it involved aspects of manipulating time, wormhole technology, the hyperdrive engines on most ICC ships have the ability to open wormholes and to traverse through the wormholes to end up somewhere else through the cosmic web. That's portal technology. That's actually opening up portals in midway space and traveling through those wormholes, through those portals with a ship. And I've been obsessed with Stargateway portals. I even did a presentation about it on my YouTube channel. Like I cataloged a bunch of different gateway portals, and it's been an obsessive topic for me because I've seen how that stuff works. I even had a water type wormhole portal open in my closet, and when I walked through it, it actually felt like white water. It was just like water. I know it wasn't water, it was energy, but it felt like water. I swear, that's how it felt like. It was so smooth, and you just, and before the portal opened, I felt like I was hearing water in my bedroom. And this is what was at night, about 3 a.m. And I'm like, I hear water. Is somebody using the gardening hose to water their plants outside somewhere in the neighbor's backyard or something? I actually went and opened my windows and I listened, and I couldn't hear the water outside. The moment I closed my window, I could hear the waterfall-like sensation again. I'm like, where is this water sound coming from? Then I go back to bed. I try to fall asleep at 3 a.m, and the water sound gets even louder. So I start looking around in my bedroom, and I look toward the closet, and my closet was closed. So the door was closed to the closet. Instead of the door to the closet, I see this water type waterfall portal there. I'm like, oh, that's where the water sound is coming from. And I'm like, I hear, come on, get up, let's go. It's time for you to go to Altaris. I'm like, where's Altaris? It's in the Pleiades. You need to come go through the portal. It's a healing portal. It's like a waterfall. Come on. So I hear this female voice telepathically communicating to me. She's like, we're friendly. You know us from your other ET lifetimes. We're friends of yours. Come on. I'm like, should I go through this waterfall portal or not? She's like, it's going to heal you along the way. You're going to see a bunch of green forests around you when you enter on the other side of the portal. And I'm like, really? What? She's like, come on, let's go. Get up. Come on, go through the portal. So I'm like, okay. The energy reading coming from the portal felt good, energetically, vibrationally. I didn't feel like I was threatened by this portal. So I went through it, and it did feel like it was healing me. I wasn't tired. I felt a lot of energy. I had a lot of energy, and I ended up on a planet that was green looking. It had a lot of lush forests, rivers, oceans. It was just beautiful. And I ended up being in the forest for like 2 days. I actually had vacation time off from work for 2 days. So I spent 2 days on the planet, and I would run around in the forests. The energy felt so good, and I did a lot of running for some reason. I enjoyed running in the forest with these bunch of women from Altaris. And they were like women, they were like natural shamanic healers that really take care of nature on their planet. So, their environment is just beautiful. Beautiful energy, beautiful forests, lakes, rivers, oceans, clean, crisp air on their planet. So they are environmental caretakers. That's how I see them like shamans. Now, I studied Native American shamanism, so to me they felt very shamanic and spiritual. And earthy. They were like earthy healers. So that was a beautiful experience. And I believe it was a wormhole type of a portal that opened up in my closet and took me to the planet Altaris and the Pleiades. So that was one of my ET experiences. And it happened real time. It wasn't an astral journey. It wasn't by location. It was me physically getting out of my bed, going through the portal, and ending up on the other side in the Pleiades on Altaris. And then 2 days later, coming back through the portal to my house with sore legs. Like, I could feel the burn in my legs from having run for almost 2 days in the forests, just exploring the forests. Now I'm not a runner and I'm not used to running, so this was like, oh my God, my legs are aching. All my muscles are aching now from doing all this physical, energetic activity on Altaris. But, I'm like, girl, just get over it. You had an amazing time. You feel good energetically. You had an experience. The achy burning in your muscles, in your legs will go away. That's nothing. You had a good time, so it was a pleasant experience. And ever since that time, I was fascinated with natural portals that open and wormholes. So I don't really like the portals that are made through technology, because to me, it's like simulated energy, basically. That's what it feels like. I prefer the more natural portals that I can open up myself and walk through. It's just still a huge fascination with portal technology and how that works and how wormholes work. I even went and looked up wormholes, and there's more to wormholes than what scientists are talking about, because it's like you're getting over the quantum entanglement. You're actually getting over it, and you're traveling beyond the speed of light when you go through wormholes to access locations where you want to go on the cosmic web. It's like you're traveling through filaments of space-time. You're going beyond space-time even. So, because the universe is huge, there's a lot of planets, there's a lot of places where you can go, and it's all about destinations and how you access the wormholes, because you could do it through technology, or you can open your own natural portals with augmented psychic abilities. Obviously, you need training to be able to do this. And in Monarch Solutions, they made me practice opening the portals over and over and over again, so I could open a stable portal and keep it open and go where I needed to go and then come back. And they would monitor all of this telemetry, how I was doing this. So they were monitoring my brain patterns, my physiological changes in my body when I was in the Monarch Solutions program. And this was when I was a teenager, before the Quantum Leap time traveling program, the 60 and back with the ICC on the Mars bases, the Mars colonies. So wormhole technology does work, and like I saw it working. I had to open portals, natural portals, and I suspect they were wormholes. There's also black holes. Now that's very unstable. You don't want to be messing around with black holes, opening those and going into dark matter, so to speak. Because a black hole can deposit you anywhere in time and space, like anywhere in the past or the future or the near present. And so they're not very stable. It's harder to control them, where you're ending up. And the riptides in a black hole can tear you apart. So the energies, there's a lot of black matter and black holes. And if you're staying too much in the black matter, you can literally get burned. So black holes, from what I learned in the programs, black holes are not very stable. You don't want to be traveling through them. Now, there are generators that can open up a black hole, and it can, stuff can be taken through a black hole and end up safely on the other side. But that's special technology that requires a lot of energy and power to operate. And it'll keep the black hole open and stable for about 10 minutes before it collapses. So I wouldn't go in such a manner through a black hole. To me, that's like there's black matter in the black hole. And it feels like you're being burned alive when you walk through a black hole. So I wouldn't go through a black hole. I prefer a wormhole, or a simulated wormhole through technology, to do it that way, to travel. And these days they have the ships with the hyperdrive engines where they could jump through space, literally, and go beyond the speed of light and end up where you need to be. So that exists now. So you don't always need the wormholes, but the wormholes are quicker to jump from point A to B in like less than a minute. When you technologically activate the wormhole, it takes a little longer when you activate the portal yourself and sustain it with your own psychic energy. So it takes about 5 to 10 minutes to walk through the portal, seeing your destination in your brain, because you're basically programming your own destination and where you're going. So you need some kind of location, some kind of visuals, some kind of data on where you're going before you actually open the portal, the natural portal. So that's what I was trained to do in these programs as a precursor to the ICC being on the Mars bases. There's ships with the warp drive engines that can take you in like 30 minutes to an hour to Mars, depending on how technologically advanced or not so much the ship is. There's jump gateway, portal technology, jump rooms. The military has jump room gateway technology. The military industrial complex, they've played around with jump gate rooms to get to Mars. They've experimented with the technology. The ICC has the technology, and it's perfect. It works perfectly. So it's easy to get around from base to base. You can just go into the jump room, walk through dial the coordinates on the jump pad, walk through the portal, and bam, you're on the other side in a different base than where you're supposed to be, or where you need to go. So, it's all been worked out and done.